Good morning and welcome to another day of Vlogtober. So this morning Gina and I are going to go for a swim. I'm just waiting for her to get home. We challenged ourselves to swim every day in October in the sea, and it's now the 3rd of October and we haven't swum once. So we're going to head down and have a dip. I have a rehearsal this evening, so I will be dancing, a lot of dancing. We went for a swim. Huh? I'm just videoing something. Not really, it's over. All I wanted to say was we went for a swim. Okay, so we just had the most epic swim. Definitely motivation to do it every day. I have just had a quick shower. I'm gonna head to Discam because I want to get a new nude nail polish and some new mascara. And I have some discovery points to spend there. And then I'm just gonna go to Checkers and do some grocery shopping. Hello everybody. So I am going to quickly just do a little bit of makeup for my rehearsal today. We are dancing, so I presume we're gonna be a little bit sweaty. So I'll probably keep it quite simple and light on the complexion thing. But I'm gonna start with my eyebrows. I'm going to use the Essence Eyebrow Gel Color and Shape in the shade 02 Blonde. I like this just because it looks very, very natural. And kind of just fills in the gaps. So just put a light layer of that through my brows to fill in any of the obvious gaps. I'm going to start by putting some of my Catrice Lash Brow Designer Shape and Conditioning Mascara Gel, which is a clear brow gel on my brows. This has really good hold, so I'm just going to pop that through and wait for that to dry, and then I'll put a tinted gel over because then it just defines the hairs a bit more as well. I'm going to take my Essence You Better Work Conceal palette, and I don't particularly like using these on my face, but I do really like using them on my eyes, especially like to prime them. So I'm just going to probably take a combo of these two shades in the top middle and just blot that all over my lid. Just neutralizes any redness or veins on the lid, but doesn't look too heavy. And because it does have pigment to it, does almost create like a cream base for anything that you apply on top. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Coloricon bronzer. This is in the shade Ticket to Brazil, and I'm just going to run a bit of that through my crease. Then I've got this really old Maybelline Diamond Glow little eyeshadow quad. You can see it's really well loved, and I'm pretty determined to finish it. So I'm just going to take a mix of these two shades, the pink and the peach, which are just really nice subtle shimmers that I'm just going to run on my lid just to create like a bit of extra shimmer. And then just to intensify, I'm going to take them on my finger and place them directly on the lid right in the center. With the really light shade, I'm going to just do a little bit of highlighting on my brow bone, and also just a little bit on the inner corner. I'm also just going to take a black eyeliner. I think this might be from Enthusiasm, but it doesn't say. Just on the outer half of my lid, on the lash line. I'm just going to run it over with a brush to give it a bit of a blurred effect. Just lifts the eye, as you can see the difference between the two. And then I'm just going to go over that eyeliner slightly with the deep brown shade in the quad. So that's all I'm going to do for eyeshadow. I did pick up something new. I needed a new mascara, and my resort to is always going to be the Maybelline Colossal Bigshot mascara. I like some of the Essence ones as well, but I've been missing this, not lie. If that wasn't the most impressive thing you've ever seen on YouTube, then I don't know what you've been watching. Ooh, I have missed you, old friend. Gonna leave the bottom lashes for now. Woo, I'm excited that that is back in my life. I'm just gonna pop on, I think, just a little bit of my Rimmel Match Perfection Invisible Coverage, but visibly perfected skin. I just take one pump of this, and it is a very full coverage foundation, but what I've been doing is I take one pump, I distribute it with my brush, and then I proceed to go over it with a sponge so that it really shears down the coverage. I've been watching a lot of RawBeautyKristi. I'll tag her channel down below, she's hilarious. And I totally agree with her when she says that I'd rather have a full coverage foundation that I can shear down than have a sheer coverage foundation that is like impossible to build up. But this shears out really nicely, and it almost looks like there's nothing on your skin, but it does kind of even out everything so you don't feel completely naked. And then the next step that I'll do is I'll take a sponge, just any El Cheapo sponge, spray it with any sort of spray or setting spray, or I don't know, even wet it, and then I just go over everything. Just get rid of any excess product and gives it a more natural texture. I'm just also going to use that same sponge to blend out my concealer, only in the places that I really need it. Okay, I'm just going to run a little bit of the deepest brown shade underneath my eyes. Keeping that pretty isolated to the outer edge. And a lighter peach and pink just to do the inner half. And then just to blend that out a little bit more, I'm just going to take a clean fluffy brush and that same bronzer I used through my crease and run that underneath the eye. Seeing as the bronzer's out, I'm just going to warm up the complexion a bit slightly. It has got a bit of a shimmer, this bronzer, so it adds a nice glow as well. At this time, a tiny dab of my Benecos blush in Toasted Toffee. And then with that same big brush, kind of like in a hurry trick, I make it squished, make it smaller, and then I just highlight as well. Kind of gives a more spread out version of what you would normally do for highlighter, so you don't have a very isolated small brush placing it, but just kind of sweeping it lightly over those same areas. I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara on the lower lashes. I'm hesitant to do too much in case I sweat. For lips, all I'm going to do for now is just line with my Essence Soft Contouring Lip Pencil in the shade 07 Lost in Love. I kind of just do this roughly and overline, just so that I will put on a lipstick, but just so that when that wears off there is like a base to it. So this just increases the longevity of your makeup or your lipstick. So I always like to do this just beforehand, and then later, just before I leave, I will put on a lipstick. But this is kind of all I'm going for today. A very natural, like peachy flush. Oh, the one thing I've said I was going to do and I didn't do was go over my brows just with a tinted gel. This is the Brow Colorist from Catrice. That's all for now. I'm going to do a quick unboxing, I think. Let me just reset up because I got a bunch of new stuff from Faithful to Nature that I'm super excited about. I'm afraid I've run out of time, so I'm not going to be able to do the Faithful to Nature unboxing right now. I might be able to do it this evening, but otherwise I will do it tomorrow, so you'll see it in tomorrow's vlog. But I am off to rehearsals. Change. Just got home. It is, what is the time? 10 to 8. I left my rehearsal a little bit early to go to a hockey club centenary meeting, and now my battery's about to die, so I'm gonna clock out for today. But I will see you in tomorrow's version. Definitely a long day.